Hey everyone, it's your xoxocloudyfidgets, and today we will be making a cardboard skincare inspired by Drunk Elephant. This has a working pump made with paper and recycled material from packaging. It's lots of fun to make, and let's get right into the tutorial. Starting off, I'll be using cardboard from a tissue box, and let's cut this box into different sections. Then for this project, we will only be using 3 sides of the box, so we can take this part away for now. Now I'll just cut out these cardboard pieces into the shapes we need. Here they are, and I also have the measurements in the description box. And I also kept a few extra pieces for later on in the tutorial. Now, here are some other materials we will also be using during this video. We had paper, stuffing, hot glue, tape, pen, pencil, and markers, and also foam paper. And here are also some alternatives you can use. Feel free to pause. Moving on, let's break the tutorial into 5 different sections. For part 1, we will begin with building the base. So I have my base pieces and the base circle, and I will begin by covering them both with paper and drawing a label on it, but this part is optional. Now this is how it looks so far, and let's cover it with tape to strengthen the paper. And we will just glue this piece around the circle using tape or hot glue. Here's how it looks so far, and now it's time to move on to part 2, making the middle section. We will begin by using these 3 middle pieces, and I will also start by covering them with paper. This time, I'll start by coloring the paper first, but you can feel free to skip this part if you have colored paper or if you just don't want to use paper in general. I'll begin by covering them both with paper and tape. I'm going to take the first piece and wrap it around the base, just like that. And now I'm going to grab a piece of foam paper and wrap it on the inside of that piece of cardboard. Here is how it will look like. And taking the second piece, I'm just going to make it into a circle and glue it on top of the foam paper, like so. And last but not least, glue the ring on top. Here's what the cardboard container looks like after finishing part 2. Now on to the third part, we will be building the pump on the inside of the container. To start out, we will be using these 3 pieces previously cut out for the pumps, and cover the first 2 pieces with paper and tape, just like the last part. And I've also cut out a little hole on the top piece. Now I'm just going to wrap this piece around the top and the bottom of the pump and hot gluing them in place. Here is how they look so far, and this is the end of part 3. For the next part, we will be bringing the pump into function. We will make the little flower piece in the middle, and as well as make the pump. Alright, so I'm going to begin with the extra pieces of cardboard and cut that into 4 or 5 pieces. I'll hot glue them all together and glue them at the base of the container. Then I've also made the exact same one, and now I'll just cut that one into half and glue each piece in the container just like that. Now I'm going to place the container aside, and I'm going to make a roll out of paper. This is how it looks, and I've also glued them all together. I placed some extra pieces of cardboard and tape on the side for extra support, and this piece will become the stem of the pump flower, and the top would just be made out of foam paper and trimming that into the shape of a flower. I'll now hot glue that on top, like so. And here is how it looks so far. I've also taped the sides to make it extra strong. Now I'll just put some stuffing into the sides of the container and placing the pump on top. Here is how it looks so far, and I can now pump the flower out. Last but not least, let's move on to part number 5 and make the lid. This part is fairly similar. I'll cover both pieces with paper and tape. And I've also made it double-sided, but that is optional. And now I'll just hot glue the strip of cardboard around the circle. And now you can place the lid onto the container, and we just completed making the cardboard skincare inspired by Drunk Elephant. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions about how to put the flower back after using the pump. But don't worry, there is a solution. And well, all you have to do is to lift up the pump a little bit and push it back in. It is made out of foam paper, so it's quite flexible and simple to do so. Here are my other cardboard skincare products, and you can also do the same there. Just lift up and push down. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching, and if you also made one as well, I bet it turned out amazing, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments below. Let me know if you guys will want to see more cardboard craft content in the future, and I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.